year, on 2nd February, World Wetland Day reminds us of the vital nature the wetland plays in our daily life, and also with regard to the sustaining of the lives and also of the other species which live and are dependent on it. In the year 1971, on 2nd of February 1971, the Ramsar Convention on Wetland was adopted to preserve and conserve the wetlands worldwide. Around the world, more than 1 billion people are dependent on wetlands for their livelihood, and around 40% species live and thrive in wetlands. If we talk about the country respect, then the highest number of Ramsar sites are present in United Kingdom, followed by Mexico. But if we talk about the largest area covered under the Ramsar Convention, then it goes to the country Bolivia. Hello and welcome to the special video of Drishti IAS English. I am Aisha, and in this video we will be talking about the World Wetland Day 2025, and this is important for your UPSC Prelims Examination 2025 with regard to GS paper 3, that is Environment and Ecology. So first of all, let us look at the timeline and what all we will be studying. That is, we will be knowing about the World Wetland Day, then what is the theme of it, Ramsar sites in India state-wise, because this is the point from where the question can directly be asked. So you need to star mark this. Then the world accredited cities or the wetland accredited cities. Then about few of the UPSC PYQs which have been asked with regard to the wetland. And in the end, a prelims MCQ. So let's begin. About the World Wetland Day. So the World Wetland Day every year is celebrated on the date 2nd of February, and the aim for the World Wetland Day is to raise awareness about wetlands. Now the question is, what is a wetland? What is the technical definition of a wetland is we will be studying. And the World Wetland Day marks the adoption of the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands in the year 1971, and this name Ramsar came from the Iranian city where the convention was signed, and this was the city of Ramsar in Iran, and that is why it has got the name Ramsar Convention. And it is an intergovernmental treaty which recognizes the critical importance of these ecosystems for both people and the planet. So it is not that it is important only for one category of people. It is important for people, it is important for animals, it is important for birds, it is important for the complete ecosystem to thrive. Then what are wetlands? Now this is a technical definition. You need to understand this, that what are wetlands. So wetlands are areas of marsh, fen, peatland or water. So basically it is an area where water is present, whether natural or artificial. So it can naturally be present or it can artificially be made. It can be man-made also. Permanent or temporary. So it can be permanent, it means it is present all the time, or it can be temporary in nature, that 6 months it is present, 6 months it is not present. With water that is static or flowing. Now the water within the wetland can be static, it means that it is present only in one single phase, or it can be in the different phase, like it can be flowing, it means it is moving. Then it can be static or flowing, fresh, brackish or salt. It can be, the wetland can be fresh water, brackish water, salty water, including areas of marine water, the depth of which at low tides, does not, it should not exceed 6 meters. Be very clear, it is a very technical definition, and it is a definition which has been given by the Ramsar Convention. So if in exam it comes, what do you understand by wetlands, or what is wetland, this is what you need to write, because it is technical and it is in double inverted commas. So understand. Then wetlands can be of different types, like for example it can be marine, like coastal wetlands including lagoons, rocky shores or coral reefs. Then it can be estuary including deltas, tidal marshes, mangrove swamps. It can be lacustrine, like wetlands associated with lakes. Then it can be riverine, wetlands along rivers and streams. So if there is a river which is flowing like this, the wetlands can be created at its sides. Then palustrine, meaning marshy, marshes, swamps and bogs. So what is wetland and the different types of wetland? So basically if I tell you, then what in a layman terms, let us understand what is a wetland. Wetland is an area which has a depth of around not more than 6 meters, not more than 6 meters, and it has water present, and that water is helping an ecosystem. Like for example, plants are there, then animals are there, birds are there. So it is a complete ecosystem in itself. Now in a layman's term, in very simple language, this is what a wetlands looks like. Now look at these images. So this is how a marsh look like. More deeper water is what it becomes a swamp. Then this is bog, water at the sides and also deep in nature. So there are different types of it. Now let us talk about why Wetland Day needs to be celebrated. So nearly 90% of the world's wetlands have been degraded since the time of 1700, and we are losing wetlands 3 times faster than forest. So this is a double loss for us. We are losing wetlands as well as we are losing forest. So the loss, humans are at the greatest loss because the wetlands and forest both are being lost. Then yet wetlands are critically important ecosystems. Then why are they critically important ecosystems? Reasons being because of biodiversity, because a lot of biodiversity depends on the wetlands. Humans are dependent on wetlands, birds are dependent on wetlands, then animals are dependent, mammals are dependent, food chain, it plays a major role, and then people for living, they are dependent on wetlands. Then climate mitigation, because wetlands have the capacity also to change with the climate change patterns, and also they work as a carbon sink. Then freshwater availability, because many a times the wetland is freshwater wetland, so it provides fresh water to the surrounding areas which are dependent on the wetland for their water availability. Then economic contribution in the sense that people are dependent for their birds on it, mammals are dependent on it, coral reefs are there, then their ecosystem is there, then fishes is there. So economic contributions are also people are able to derive from wetlands. Then comes the theme of the World Wetland Day. So what is the theme? The theme is protecting wetlands for our common future. This is the theme for the year 2025. You need to remember this. This can be asked in the examination, can be asked in UPSC, or can be asked in the PCS examination also. Then what is the significance of it? It coincides with the 15th meeting of the Conference of the Contracting Parties to the Convention on the Wetland. So it is same as COP15. Then this triennial global event. Now what is the meaning of the term triennial? Triennial means once in 3 years. So this is a triennial global event scheduled from 23rd to 31st of July 2025 in Zimbabwe. And this will bring together government representatives to discuss wetland conservation, how the wetland needs to be preserved and conserved for the future generation, or how the conservation can be sustainable in nature. Then Ramsar sites in India. So basically the wetlands which are of importance, they are considered to be Ramsar sites, and Ramsar sites are designated under the Ramsar Convention. Then India ratified the Ramsar Convention on 1st of February 1982. India has so far declared around 85 wetlands as Ramsar sites. Then the total area which are covered by all the Ramsar sites in India is around 1.36 square kilometers approximately. And Tamil Nadu has the highest number of Ramsar sites, and that stands at around 18. Second comes Uttar Pradesh with 10 Ramsar sites. Now let us know about the Ramsar sites state-wise. You need to be very clear with regard to this, because this is the point from where the question can be asked directly. So let us first of all talk about Himachal Pradesh, that is Chandratal Lake, Pongdam Lake and Renuka Wetland. 3 Ramsar sites. Odisha, Chilika Lake. Also Chilika Lake was the first Ramsar site to be designated the tag of Ramsar site from India. Chilika Lake, Bhitarkanika Wetland, Tampara Lake, Hirakud Reservoir, Anshupa Lake and Satkoshia Gorge. These are from Odisha. Now comes Assam. There is one, that is Deepor Bhil. Then comes West Bengal. There is East Calcutta Wetland and Sundarban Wetland. 2 from West Bengal. Then comes Punjab, Harike Lake, Kanjli, Ropar Lake, Beas Conservation Reserve, Nangal Wildlife Sanctuary, and also Keshapur Miami Community Reserve. These are from Punjab. Now let us talk about Rajasthan, Keladio National Park and also Sambar Lake. Then comes Andhra Pradesh. One is from Andhra Pradesh, that is Koluru Lake. Then comes Manipur, Loktak Lake. Gujarat is Nal Sarovar, Vadhavan Wetland, Thol Lake and Khijadia Bird Sanctuary. Then comes Uttar Pradesh, that is Upper Ganga River Saman Bird Sanctuary. Then comes Nawabganj Bird Sanctuary, Samaspur Bird Sanctuary, Sandi Bird Sanctuary, Parvati Arg Bird Sanctuary, Sarsai Nawar Jheel, Sur Sarovar, Haidarpur Wetland and Bakhira Sanctuary. These are from Uttar Pradesh. Now comes Jammu and Kashmir, and that is Surinsar Mansar Lake, Vular Lake, Hokera Wetland, Somuriri, Haigam Wetland, and then comes Shalabag Wetland Conservation Reserve. Now coming to the other state, that is Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh are Bhoj Wetland, Yashwant Sagar, Sirpur Wetlands, Shakhya Sagar, Tawa Reservoir. So these are state wise I am telling you. Then comes Kerala, that is Sastamkota, Vembanad Kol or Astamudi. Now coming to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has the highest number of Ramsar sites, that is 18. This question can also be asked directly, that which state of India has the highest wetlands or highest Ramsar sites in India. So that is Tamil Nadu. Point Calumet. Then comes Vadubur Bird Sanctuary, Gulf of Mannar Marine Biosphere Reserve. Then there is Karikili Bird Sanctuary, and then there are others also. In total there are 18. Then Tripura, there is one, Rudrasagar Lake. Maharashtra, there is 3, Thane Creek, Lonar Lake, then Nandur, Madhameshwar. Then comes Union Territory of Ladakh, Tisokar Wetland Complex. Then Uttarakhand has one, that is Asan Conservation Reserve. Bihar has 3, that is Kabartal, Nakti Bird Sanctuary, Nagi Bird Sanctuary. Then comes Haryana, there are 2, that is Bindwas and Sultanpur. Karnataka comes, then Karnataka has 4, Goa has 1, that is Nanda Lake, and then Mizoram has 1, that is Pala Wetland. So these are the total Ramsar sites in India. Now wetland accredited cities. So what are wetland accredited cities? So the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has commended Indore and Udaipur. Remember these names, Indore and Udaipur. These are the 2 cities for their inclusion in the Ramsar Convention list of 31 wetland accredited cities worldwide. So all over the world there are only 31 cities which has got the status of the wetland accredited cities. It means officially they have got this status of wetland accredited cities. So that is Indore and Udaipur. This highlights India's dedication to urban conservation, especially through the preservation of local wetlands, fostering a balance between development and environmental sustainability. That even though development needs to take place, urbanization needs to be done, but environmental sustainability must also be kept at the peak, and the urbanization and the environmental sustainability needs to work together. Now few of the questions from the PYQ. First is, consider the following pairs. So on one side wetland is given, another side location is given, and you have to talk about how many pairs given above are correctly matched. So directly the wetland, lake and its location. Then second PYQ, if rainforest and tropical forests are the lungs of the earth, then surely wetlands function at its kidneys. Which one of the following functions of wetlands best reflects the above statement? So basically it is talking about the functions of the wetlands. So the water cycle in wetlands involves surface runoff, subsoil, algae from the nutrient base upon which fish, crustacean, mollusks and other mammals thrive. Then wetland play vital role in maintaining sedimentation balance. Aquatic plants absorb heavy metals and excess nutrients. So basically in first question the location was asked, and in second question the functions of the wetland is asked. Then next UPSC PYQ, this question talks about consider the following statements. Then there are 3 statements given and the question is asking about the correct statement. So it talked about first statement it is talking about the Ramsar Convention. Second statement, it is talking about the rules 2010. And third statement, it is also about talking about the rules 2010. So it's basically about the Ramsar Convention. So what you need to understand while seeing the UPSC PYQ, first of all, is that the topic of wetland is important. Secondly, the question has been asked from the location. Question has been asked from the functions of the wetland and about the Ramsar Convention. So what it tells you is that these are your hit zones, that these are the topics within the wetlands that you cannot afford to miss. So in the end, a practice question for you, and like always, you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So the question is, which two Indian cities were recently included in the Ramsar Convention's list of 31 wetland accredited cities worldwide? That is Jaipur and Bhopal, Indore and Udaipur, Chennai and Hyderabad, or Bengaluru and Pune. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.